Welcome to me creating a new character on Dark Souls. This is a video guide that is an accompaniment to a guide I wrote on Steam entitled Creating a New Character Advanced Class. After coming up with a build, hopefully, instead of looking up one and copying it from somebody else, you make your own. You can use tools and Mugen Monkey to tweak your build, try something new that you haven't done before in the game. I wanted to release a series of videos discussing Dark Souls before Dark Souls 2 launched, but I'm not going to be able to do that at this point. This is all very new to me, making videos, so it's been a learning experience, trying things out, getting new hardware, etc. Of course, I won't actually be playing Dark Souls 2 until it releases on PC, now April 25th apparently. I don't really care about consoles, I'm not spending money on that overpriced restricted PC. So, in the meantime, I'll just make some videos. I hope to find an audience talking about more so elements of game design, ethics of media, and art, rather than just doing Let's Plays or walkthroughs. There's not really too much you can do early on in the game that deviates from the normal, at least in the Asylum, although there is one thing you'll see coming up. You'll see I start off making a couple mistakes. It's been quite a while since I played when I started recording, so I'm a little rusty, forgive me. I just totally whipped it with that guy. I don't really use the battle axe that much. It's a little awkward for me. I'm not intending to use it very long, so I won't have to get used to it. I chose the bandit as my starting class because it allows me to min-max in the level range I want for the build that I want to do, which is going to be a faith dex build, focusing on the S-Stock and karmic justice. I always go down here and open this gate for when I return to the Asylum, although normally I don't actually come up this way. It only opens from one side. Bit of a convenience issue. I'm going to parry and kill this hollow up ahead. You'll notice I parry a lot. My first character was a thief, so I was really forced to learn how to backstab and parry early on in the game, and it's just something that's really stuck with me and has always been useful. Up ahead you'll see I have some more difficulty with the axe. I'm really making a fool of myself at this point. But soon all will be redeemed when I get my trusty S-Stock. You'll notice that I do a leap attack off the ledge and then turn that into the plunge attack. It actually does damage from both attacks, allowing you to start the fight with the Asylum Demon even more dead than he normally is. So there goes the Asylum Demon, easy as he always is. I'm playing on keyboard and mouse, Prepare to Die edition. Some people say you need a controller to play this game. They are misinformed. Although some people do have issues with mouse controls, I have never had that problem. I played the game unmodded for months before I got DS fixed and realized that my graphics were severely handicapped by the weird resolution. Picking this soul item up gives me enough souls to get the 12 points in dex I need to use the S-Stock right away, with barely any left over to lose when I go for the first Firekeeper soul in New Londo. So as soon as you get to Lordran, you want to spend all your souls and go down to New Londo and grab the Firekeeper soul. This is a well-documented tip. You should definitely do it every time you create a character unless you're doing some sort of challenge run where you're not going to upgrade your class or just use them at all. While it is possible for you to actually get away with the soul without dying if you have a Homer bone, I generally just don't feel like wasting one on it. Doesn't really matter to me. And there goes the S-Stock, my favorite weapon in the game. Although the damage isn't fantastic, the moveset's really good and it's got excellent range. I forget here to reinforce the Estus flask, though it's not too big of a deal, as I don't have enough health for it to matter. As you notice, I sent the elevator up when it got to the bottom. This leaves it waiting for me when I respawn, so that I can go down and not have to wait on it. This is a handy trick. You should get in the habit of doing it every time you go down an elevator like this. Up here to the right is a little passage you can use to get around the dragon, should you happen to wake him up and piss him off. You can take the soul in his left hand without awakening him, but any of the two near his head, he's gonna wake up. You see me take a big risk up ahead trying to get this humanity out of this little cave. It's generally gonna get you killed, though the only thing you really wager is a run back. It's just a bit of an inconvenience. I can never resist trying to get it though. Before I go for getting the red 2-stone ring, which is going to be pivotal in killing Havel, I always rest at this bonfire because even though it's possible to live after climbing up to the top of the tower and jumping away from the drakes, it's usually not worth the effort. I might as well just die since I don't have any souls on me anyway. Here on the bridge is the bandit set, not including the battle axe. If you don't already have it and think you might want it, you should be able to pick it up without getting hit, and then keep on running. Now that I have the red 2-stone ring, I need to head towards Havel, but first I'll have to kill the Black Knight. A helpful little hint, if you're ever caught in this cave and not sure which way to go, you always spawn at the bonfire facing the way into Valley of the Drakes. Behind you is the way out to Darkroot. Right here I get messed up by the Black Knight the first time. That overhead stab that he does has such a long delay before the attack. I always blow my parry too early. There's not many attacks that'll throw me for a loop. That's definitely one of them. If you get hit while parrying the Black Knight, try and heal in between. You've got plenty of time to heal before he gets back up. You can also try and backstab him, although this ledge isn't an ideal place to do that. And if you're particularly clever, you might be able to lure him to the edge and get a parry or backstab that kicks him off. You want to try and keep on an even plane with the target you're posting. If you're above or below the target, it's not likely that you're going to actually be able to activate the animation. There was no way I was going to get enough strength to use the Black Knight Halberd for my build, so I didn't want to hold on to it. Also, wasn't really willing to give it to any new player because it tends to trivialize the experience. Those weapons are so good, you can carry yourself through the whole game without needing to really learn how to upgrade or try anything else. The harder you struggle in this game, the better the victory feels. All that's left is to kill Havel. My strategy is pretty simple. I'm just going to use the red Tearstone ring, get below 20% health, and then parry the shit out of Havel until he gives me his delicious ring. I sometimes equip a low resist shield or a weapon in order to block partial damage once my health gets low. I want to get just low enough to activate the red Tearstone ring and hopefully not die. It doesn't really matter what your health's at because of this level. Havel's gonna one-shot you if he hits you anyway. So you want to focus on getting your parries perfect or dodging around back so you can stab him. The S-Stock isn't the only weapon you can use, but it seems to make things faster. The thrusting damage seems to penetrate his defense a little bit better, and there may be some sort of hidden critical modifier on it. Even if you're not as adept at parrying as I am, you can still quite easily backstab Havel. Once he's dead and you get the ring, it'll pretty much guarantee that you're able to equip most of your gear right from the beginning without having to dump any points into endurance. That's all for this video. In the next video, I'll be preparing to fight the Bell Gargoyles. I'll be picking up a few items in Darkroot Garden, and then upgrade some weapons. Cheers.